Okay guys, hey, back at it today. Another shooting workout for you. Again, I don't know if you're gonna be watching these and doing them now during this quarantine time, or you're maybe a coach and you're gonna use them sometime during a practice, whatever. We're just kind of putting stuff out there for you, giving you ideas, giving you different specific kind of things to work on. Today is gonna be all off the dribble with, 2-3 dribbles, not like a quick pull-up. This is getting into a shot, maybe through like a secondary break, maybe even in transition, or as the offense is happening, but nothing's really going on, and the person with the ball is going to make something happen. I won't be doing the workout today. Bryce is going to do everything. Yesterday I had a dry needle. I had physical therapy on my calf that I've been dealing with, and I had a dry needling session. Dry needling in the calf is a very unpleasant experience. Hurt like crazy. But it's, the therapist said, it's one of these things that kind of get that needle in there, and you got all this like blood flow basically that's kind of stopped, and kind of hit it, and then it's supposed to open up and let all the blood flow go. But it doesn't immediately feel better. In fact, it hurts like crazy for, a couple hours. And he said it's going to be 4 or 5 days maybe before all that blood flow kind of gets all the gunk out of there. Same thing, anytime you make changes, whether it's in your shot, in how you handle the ball, you want to get lower, whatever it is, it ain't going to be pretty right away. It'll take some time, and you got to work it through. He said, don't sit on the couch. I want you moving, and as painful it is, I'm trying to move as much as I can because I have to work it out. It doesn't just happen like that. Same thing in your game. All right, so today I'm just going to kind of introduce it, explain it, and then Bryce could just kind of demonstrate, show you how to do it. We'll keep it a little bit shorter today, but again, do these workouts however you want. I'm suggesting 5 minutes per set, 6 sets of 5 minutes, because it's a nice round 30 minutes, and a lot of people think 30 minutes isn't hard, but as you've seen some of these workouts we've done, 30 minutes, you're working pretty hard. You're getting a lot of shots up. So first set, we are going to start with, first set, ball handling will be kind of part of the shooting workout today. So Bryce is going to go with a straight line dribble to the elbow. So imagine you're kind of on one wing, you're waiting for the offense to happen, your straight line dribble, and now you just pick it up and change your speed right to an opening. Maybe there's a ball screen there, maybe there's you just rub your man off of somebody who's kind of running by. A lot of times that happens with a trailer. You just see, hey, I can run this guy off. It's not even an actual ball screen, but there's an opening at the elbow. So we're going to start with that. All right. So why don't you start with let's use this as a starting point. Okay. Good size every time. it's so important to be able to, keep your drills simple. Sometimes, you want to make it a little bit harder, but sometimes just doing a simple thing like changing speeds, going from A to B, but changing speeds as you go and learning how to shoot at full speed. There's just not a lot of people who can do it. I know there's not a whole lot of mid-range game anymore, but it can be effective. You watch all these highlights of Jordan and all these guys from that era, and obviously it's a little different game now, but that was a good shot for those guys to be able to just go full speed and pull up on somebody, and their footwork was so good they could do it. If your footwork's not good, it's not a good shot because you're going to be traveling, you're going to do something different every time. So just keep it simple sometimes, just changing pace at different speeds. All right, so second set here. Again, do these as long as you want. We're going to shorten them up just a little bit today. Similar start, but he's going to have a slide dribble. So he's kind of seeing the court. Slide dribble, we call that a slide dribble, where I'm seeing the court. I obviously wouldn't do that if the defender's really tight on me. But I'm seeing the court. Sometimes that defender will jump ahead of you and kind of anticipate. I know where he's going. Bang. So you're going to come across it, maybe even put a little influence in there, influence one way, and then come back the other way. So slide dribble, 2, 3 of them maybe from that same spot across the top, hard change of direction, and we're going to shoot from the elbow. Again, shoot wherever you feel like here. All right? Okay. Next set, we're going to do 2 different sets with shallow dribbles. So, first one's going to be from the top over to the wing. A lot of times on a shallow cut like that, you're kind of just replacing someone. They're going to kind of replace you, keeps the defense moving, kind of see what they're up to. So we're going to imagine we're off the top of the key to the wing. The wing guy kind of cuts to the free throw line and back up to where you were. A lot of times when that happens, when it's kind of just a nice, easy, slow dribble, you're just replacing, or you're going top to wing, that defender will see what's coming and they'll maybe jump it, okay? Or they feel like, okay, he's just switching spots, I can kind of take a rest. So what Bryce is going to do then is top to wing, come back a little bit, make it look like you're going to throw back on the shallow cut, and then go back the other way. How will you do that? Between your legs, crossover in front, spin, behind, whatever you want to do, mix it up. But it's kind of a double move in that I'm stopping, I'm looking, and then I'm going to come back the other way. The goal is that I get the defense to kind of stop as I look back to the top. Maybe he goes for a steal, she jumps it a little bit, and now you're coming back against a high foot, right? Anytime you want to attack somebody, try to attack that high foot. It just takes longer for them to get that out of the way. You can't slide from a high foot position. If I'm here, okay, and that foot's low, I can slide right out of that. If it's a high foot and you attack that high foot, they got to move it and then slide. So you get a little advantage there. All right, here we go. So go both sides, start at the top. Go to the wing, bang, bang, and then maybe one more dribble to the baseline. No, this would be a shallow cut, so you run over. Good. He's here. Yep. That's good deep. Good. A lot of times, you know, one of the keys on that, I think, too, keep your head up as you're dribbling over. You might see an opening and just take it. A lot of times when you go top to wing like that, you know, the offense just kind of clears out because you're coming to that spot. Maybe the post guy clears out. It's a great chance to just, again, you're kind of dribbling over slow, so that defender says, okay, you know, I'm just easy. I don't have to play hard here. And then all of a sudden you hit the gas and just go right to the basket. Next set, we're going to go just the opposite. He's going to go shallow cut from the elbow, or excuse me, from the wing up to the top. Then put a little hesitation in there, maybe a little stutter step or something. So wing to top, and then try to get that defender to freeze and kind of stop at the top of the key, and then keep going. And then shoot somewhere around the elbow here. Again, you could step back, you could do whatever you want with it, but nice and easy, up to the top, no hesitation, change of pace to the elbow then. Wing to top. Yeah, just wing to top, just like you did. Cover a little more ground there, maybe 2 times. And get into the and then 1, 2, maybe get out of there. right, take a rest. Okay, so fifth set now. We're gonna go dribble out from the post. Again, I realize no one posts up anymore, but let's say you cut to the basket, didn't get it, you kind of stopped a little bit, got it maybe, but you don't like your matchup, you don't like your position, there's help on the other side, whatever it is, you get the ball in the post and it's not a good idea to go to the rack. So dribble out, take that spot on the wing if it's open, or even dribble that wing up to the top. But again, when I dribble out, a lot of times the defense will say, okay, I stopped him, I kept him from going to the basket in the post, and now I'm just gonna kind of ease my way out. Great time to like get out there pretty quick and make a quick decision on a shot or a move. So Bryce is just gonna have it in the post, not like it, get out, and then turn into a shot here. Okay? No, just flip it out to yourself and then dribble out. Look, mix up your how you turn, mix up your speed, maybe sprint out there quick turn. Nice. Rest. You shoot, rest. You can, again, you don't need to flip it out like right from the post. Maybe you flip it from one side of your driveway to the other, one block to the other, catch it on the move, and you don't even bother posting up. You just catch it right on the move. They threw it to you, but you know it's no good. Dribble straight out and look for it. Okay, last set here. We've got, so Bryce's gonna make a couple different changes of direction. So put yourself in this situation, you're at the top of the key. Maybe you got a runner coming out one side. So he's gonna take a dribble or two over, it's not there. Defender maybe jumps it, cuts you off. Spin or keep the ball hidden behind the back, whatever. Come the other way. Again, picture a really quick defender, cuts you off one way, sprints there, cuts you off the other way, and now come back. Now you might not make 2-3 changes of direction in a game, but when you're training, when you're working on your own, it's a great way to just make the game easier, right? Because you make practice so much harder. So he's gonna go one way, it's not there. Come back the other way, it's not there. Come right back down the middle for a shot. Okay? Couple over here, and then boom, right down. Good. Start, maybe just take 1 or 2. 1 or 2, and then come over this way. Go good. Now into there. Okay. Good. Get there. Not there. Good. There you go. Yeah. Good. Picture that defender cutting you off, cutting you off. Nice. Nice. Perfect. Excellent. What? again, just an idea. Everything was kind of a similar thing where you're kind of working into something, and then there's a change of speed, and then into a shot. Nugget for the second half here. When I was being worked on at therapy yesterday, the therapist really educated me on the process of this dry needling and what it does, and how everything kind of built up to why am I sitting in his office and why does this need to be done. And for me, I like to understand things, so it was really helpful to understand it, to kind of get the whole picture. Same thing for you as a player. You need to understand the whole picture. Well, maybe I'm not playing because coach doesn't like me. Well, maybe there's a reason that coach isn't playing because they don't like you. I'm sick of that excuse. Maybe it's because of this, this, and this, and then maybe it was because of that your results are here and this, and that, and the other thing. But don't just say it's just because of this. Usually there's a couple underlying reasons why maybe you're not playing as much or you're not shooting as well. Dig into those. The therapist was able to dig into those things for why my calf has been hurting so much. And then it became pretty obvious in that, okay, I got to do something about it. Same thing with you. You might have to go back and do something about those things to increase your playing time or whatever it is. All right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow.